Well, good evening, everyone. We are the band Dirty Cello, and we have wandered our way to yet another empty theater during this weird time. We are in the beautiful Soper Reese Theatre. And if you are tuning in from somewhere, you're like, where is that? It is up in Lakeport. Is that where we are? Which I have to say, we have never actually stopped the car in till today. We drove right on through. But we have discovered a beautiful theater and nice people and a place that when everything's normal, we're going to come back and put on a live show here. And there'll be lots of other live shows here, of course, and we hope you come out and check this place out. Talk about a hidden gem. So we're going to rock out as if the audience was here. You are our audience at home, and we're going to play all sorts of music, all, of course, featuring a cello player. I'll explain a little bit more as we get going, but to warm up, I think it's time we should start with a little bit of Jimi Hendrix.
Put a spell on me. Tomorrow, or just the end of time.
So on cello there, Miss Dirty Cello herself, Rebecca Rodman. Now, you may notice she and I are standing awful close to each other during this interesting time, and that's because we are husband and wife, happily married. We met as college music majors a lot of years ago, and we've been married for, I think, 5 years now, and before 5 years of marriage, we were together for 17 years before that. So we've been together for quite some time. Now, like all couples, there's those moments when things just aren't quite being communicated perfectly. And I don't remember what we were not communicating perfectly, but we were riding in the car. And Rebecca turns and looks at me and says, well, you know what? I may not be perfect, but I'm pretty damn good. And I had a horrible answer for that. I looked right back at her and I said, you know what? That would make a great song title. Now, after the dust settled, it did become a song. And the song is called I May Not Be Perfect, But I'm Pretty Damn Good. And the rest of the song is not autobiographical.
I said I may not be perfect, but I'm pretty damn good. I said I may not be perfect, but I'm pretty damn good. I need to tell you, baby, wish you loved me like you should. I may not be sober, but I'm not as drunk as you. I said I may not be sober, but I'm not as drunk as you. I need to tell you, baby, I wish you loved me like you should. I may not be faithful, but if she ain't less than you. I said I may not be faithful, but if she ain't less than you. I need to tell you, baby, I wish you loved me like you should. Hey, I may not be perfect, but I'm pretty damn good. I said I may not be perfect, but I'm pretty damn good. I need to tell you, baby, I wish you loved me like you should.
All right, so like I said, we are here at the Soper Reese Theatre and meeting nice people. We often get to travel and meet nice people. Recently, before COVID, we took what we call the Bad Geography Tour. It began in England, then Israel, and then Iceland. Quite a tour. And we meet great people, but we often go to a certain place and we piss everybody off there. And weirdly enough, that place is traditional bluegrass festivals. Now, we get hired to play at these places, and everything goes great with the audience, but when we roll in with a drum set and bass and electric and this and that, people have a problem with that. But for whatever reason, they really, really have a problem with the cello, of all things. We get a lot of negative comments that maybe the cello shouldn't be playing bluegrass. Now, we found ourselves at an event. We were maybe headlining it, I guess you would say. And Rebecca's rocking her bluegrass cello. And a fairly famous bluegrass fiddle player, whose name I'm not going to say, comes up to Rebecca. And he had some really negative things to say about should a cello be attempting to bluegrass. Now, Rebecca didn't like that, and we didn't like that, and we could have gotten mad, but instead Rebecca got even in her own way. So she went home and learned his signature song, the song that made him famous, but on the cello, of course. So this is Rebecca's rendition of the Orange Blossom Special. Jeff, hit it.
Once more, made to wave the flag. Ooh, that red, white, and blue. And planes hail to the chief. Ooh, that pumpkin and you. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. Lord, don't they help themselves? And when the tax man comes to the door, Lord, the house looking like a rummage sale, yeah. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Spangled eyes, ooh, they send you down the wall, Lord. And when you ask them how much should we give, oh, they only answer more, more, more. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no military sign. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one.
All right. Well, We are here in an empty theater performing in a weird situation because of all the lockdown stuff. We can't wait to get out there and do live stuff, but we have had some crazy adventures trying to do our best with this whole lockdown concept. A few bizarre highlights. The Oakland Zoo had us come play for the animals, and most of the animals could care less, but it turns out there was a parrot named Brock. Short for broccoli, it was a green parrot. Check this out online, type in Dirty Cello and parrot, and you're going to see us doing a blues show with an actual parrot. Rebecca was featured in a prominent Facebook commercial, but this was early days when no one had quite figured out Zoom yet. So they send a film crew to our house in a box. No humans, just all the film stuff we need. And we spent a couple days having them yell at us over Zoom, telling us how to position everything in our house. Each plant, every little thing, but Rebecca was on a commercial for that. Let's see what else. We've been working for Google a lot, doing their virtual events, which is an exciting thing. We were on an early Zoom concert where they didn't know that you had to be there as the host, so it got turned on a little late and the woman had forgotten about us. She takes a trip to the grocery store, blasting us on her phone for the whole grocery store. Then as she picked up some bottles of adult refreshment, she dropped the camera goes rolling. It was quite a chaos thing. Weirdest thing we did, turns out what's open now? Nudist colonies. Still open. Now, we kept our clothes on, but they kept their masks on. And that's about it. We sold an awful lot of t-shirts, a bit unexpectedly. Rebecca made a joke right before we went on. She said, sometimes you're supposed to picture your audience naked to keep from being nervous. And she said, really not a problem this time. But we have really enjoyed making new friends here at the Soper Reese Theatre and other places doing this whole kind of virtual concert thing. Now, what song we're going to write for this, who knows? We're still working on it. But in the meantime, we're going to take inspiration from a band called AC/DC and play a song called Long Way to the Top, which is about the idea of all the things you put up with being in a rock and roll band.
Riding down the highway, going to a show, stopping all the byways, playing rock and roll, getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bones, getting had, getting took. I tell you folks, it's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. If you think it's easy doing one night stands, try playing in a rock and roll band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Hotel, motel, makes you wanna cry. Ladies doing the hard sell, know the reason why. Getting old, getting gray, getting ripped off, underpaid, getting sold, secondhand. That's how it goes, playing in a band. It's a long way to the top. This next song is one that I wrote. So like Jason was saying, about 5 years ago we got married. We also bought our first house together, and I had no idea how confusing and how hard that would be. So I get on the phone with my loan agent, and I ask him a question. He answers it, and everything's great. But then after a while, I ask him a question, he answers it, and then he calls me sweetie. Every single time. Now, I should have called him on it, but instead I wrote this song, and it's called Don't Call Me Honey. Don't call me honey, don't call me baby, don't call me sweetie, I ain't your lady. Don't call me girl, don't call me hun, don't call me anything, you ain't the one. You're twice as old, but I'm twice as smart. You wanna go out, but you're just an old fart. I got something to offer you wouldn't expect. It's the 21st century and I'll take your respect. Don't give me a hug or pat me on the back. I ain't some kid, don't treat me like that. I'm old enough to know that you're too old for me. I'm young enough to know you ain't worth a penny. Just because I'm cute doesn't mean I'm weak. I'll give you the boot, better watch the way you speak. Treat me good or I'll treat you bad. Give me my promise or you make me mad. Don't come a-knocking, 'cause I can kick some ass. These boots were made for walking, so I'll take a pass. Don't try to look down your nose at me. I'll step on you, just wait and see. Your eyes follow me like a dinner plate, waiting for me to be your little date. You won't like to hear my news for you. Even if you caught me, you wouldn't know what to do. I see you watch me walking down the street. You're looking at me from my head to my feet. That I may be something special to see, but you don't mean anything to me. Don't call me honey, don't call me baby, don't call me sweetie, I ain't your lady. Don't call me girl, don't call me honey, don't call me anything, you ain't the one. You're twice as old, but I'm twice as smart. You wanna go out, but you're just an old fart. I got something to offer you won't expect. It's the 21st century and I'll take your respect. want, but you know what I want. But don't you love me like I love you? Why don't you love me like I love you? Do what you want, but you know what I need. Do what you want, but you know what I need. Why don't you give me what I give you? Why don't you give me what I give you? You know what I am. Do what you want, but you know what I am. Why don't you please and please me like I please you? Why don't you please and please me like I please you? You done me wrong, wrong, wrong. You done me wrong. You done me wrong, wrong, wrong. You done me wrong. Hey, 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 hey. Do what you want, but you know what I want. Do what you want, but you know what I want. Why don't you love me like I love you? Why don't you love me like I love you?
All right, we're going to take it back a bit here. Early 1930s tuberculosis epidemic in the United States. And we're looking for something for inspiration. We found this old song, and it was written by a charismatic preacher who says he passed away, went to heaven, came back, and felt the song come out of him. And it's called Ain't No Grave Can Hold My Body Down.
Shame is a prison as cruel as a grave. Shame is a robber and he's come to take my name. Love is my redeemer, love's a trumpet sound. Love is my power when my freedom song is found. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, we'll rise up from the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Oh, fear is a liar, smooth and melted tongue. He's always telling me to run. Oh, love's a resurrection and love's a trumpet sound. Love is my weapon, I'm gonna take my giants down. There ain't no rain gonna hold my body down. There ain't no rain There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor girl, and God, I know again, man, down in New Orleans. My husband, he's a gambler. He goes from town to town. The only time he's satisfied is with drunk his liquor down. Am I to tell your children not to do what I have done? Spend your life in sin and misery, the house of rising sun.
Okay, so that was Rebecca Rodman there singing and violining and fiddling and celloing and everything. We are the band Dirty Cello, and we have one more for you. During this weird time, kind of hard to be a professional musician, so check out all that donation stuff. We got PayPal, Venmo, our merch page. We have one heck of a set of CDs for sale, and we'll mail them to you. Some cool shirts, some cool hats. We've got darn near everything. We've got brand new stuff because we've been stuck at home making new things, and we are very, very proud of them. Soper Reese Theatre, come check it out when everything's back in business, and also they're going to be starting to do a whole bunch of cool online stuff, so make sure you check that out. They're keeping musicians fed and alive, and we're keeping them in business, and we're all kind of working together, and the audience is what keeps us really going. So thank you for connecting with us virtually, Facebook, Instagram, all of those kind of things. Now we're going to wrap things up here. We have a song, and it's got a story that I'm not supposed to tell you about, but essentially it began with Rebecca looking at me and saying, "Don't tell my shoes, I haven't walked that far today."
Two, three, don't tell my shoes I haven't walked that far. All I do is follow after you. There could be rain or even blinding snow. I'll follow you anywhere you go. 'Cause it's a true understood this way that it's been. Gotta follow that man you love, no matter here, no there, or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. Some other girls, they just support their man. It's on my way, I'm doing all I can. There ain't no question of doing right or wrong. I brought them up, and I keep them strong. 'Cause it's a true understood this way that it's been. Gotta follow that man you love, no matter here, no there, or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. You know it takes a real strong woman to show her love in all the things she does. I find my strength to always help him out. I find my power, there isn't any doubt. 'Cause it's a true understood this way that's been. Gotta follow that man you love, no matter here, no there, or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. Alright, you know it too, like it's too.